YouTube, this is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on HIGHTIDE. This is one of my favorite penny stocks in the MJ. Since it's well, it's actually Thursday. I was going to say if it's Wednesday, we could do Weed Wednesday, but I started a routine a while back, a couple weeks ago on MJ Monday, but we've already passed both of those. But anyway, on with HIGHTIDE, ticker HITIF. And I've talked about this one a couple times here on the channel. It's a penny stock, as you can see, trades over the counter. So you cannot get this one on Robinhood. You'd have to check it out on Fidelity or TD Ameritrade. And I believe they're on their way to getting listed on the major exchanges. I'd have to go back and review my other videos, other information, but I do remember that in the video that I made prior to this one. If you don't know what this one is, it's an Alberta-based, retail-focused MJ Corporation. The company focuses on the manufacturing and distribution of smoking accessories to wholesale and retail clients, as well as sells MJ products to retail consumers. HIGHTIDE serves customers in Canada. And as you can see, what it's done here over the last month, had kind of a run up and then a run down, like a lot of other stocks. 70 cents, 68 down to 57, and we'll see what it does here the rest of this week. As you can see here in the last week, it's just been trading kind of down, just kind of stair-stepping down, hit the bottom here, and we'll see if it continues to go up. So, and you can see the volume pumping in there. HIGHTIDE extends maturity date and reduces interest rate of convertible debt with strategic partner. And as you can see, this is just dated here today. And a retail-focused MJ Corporation, enhanced by manufacturing and distribution of consumption accessories, announced today that it has reached an agreement with a strategic investor to extend the maturity of its $2 million convertible debenture and reduce the applicable interest rate pursuant to the debenture amendment. The debenture amendment agreement extends the maturity date to the convertible debenture date from April 18th to April 18th of 2021 to April 18th of 2023. And reduces the applicable interest rate from 10 to 7%. The conversion rate of 75 cents remains unchanged. And so a lot of things going on with this particular company. They're growing, they're opening new stores all the time. I'm very pleased to report this strategic partner has agreed to extend the debenture, said the president and CEO of HIGHTIDE. During the past 9 months, we have announced that 4 lenders of HIGHTIDE have agreed to extend the maturity of their debt by more than 1 year and simultaneously cut the applicable interest rate. And this is encompasses $42 million in total facilities. Feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. It kind of goes over the what they've generated in EBITDA. The fiscal quarter in January 31, 2021, and kind of goes over some of the financials. HIGHTIDE is a retail-focused MJ company enhanced by manufacturing and distribution of consumption accessories. And you can see there with 81 branded retail stores. Each time I do a video, that number continues to go up. I try to cover it each time they open up a new store. And here you can see all the listings: Ontario, Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan. Features Canna Cabana, Kush Bar, Meta MJ Supply, and New Leaf MJ banners. Key industry investors in HIGHTIDE are Afria, Aurora, and 2 of the ones that I've talked about here on the channel. Afria being probably one of my favorites. Besides HIGHTIDE, here is probably in getting close to second place. starting to push Sundial out of the way. I don't know what's going on with Sundial, but that's pretty much all the information listed here in this particular article. HIGHTIDE opens new MJ retail store in Toronto, and as you can see, this is just dated yesterday. So they announced today that its new Cannabis retail store located at 720 King Street West, Unit 155 in Toronto, Ontario, has begun selling recreational MJ products for adult use. So if you're in Canada and like these particular products and this company, you might want to go ahead and take a look at the particular store there. And this is their 81st store. Branded retail location across Canada and 16th in Ontario. So they're pretty popular in Ontario. So if you're listening in Canada and especially Ontario, go ahead and list that in the comments as well. And if you have HIGHTIDE and what your cost basis is and how many shares you have, that would be interesting to know as well. And any other MJ favorites that you have, and or if you want me to do a video on any other MJ stocks, I'd be happy to do that. I covered quite a few here on the channel. I'm long on all of them, and for the long term, I'm totally optimistic about all of them and see the potential in quite a few of them. So, and this continues to go over a little bit more about HIGHTIDE. We've already went over that information, so if you want to read over it again, feel free to pause and go over that yourself. But I like their platforms, grasscity.com and smokecartel.com. Those are two pretty catchy names, and cbdcity.com. Back to Reddit. 80 plus stores and expansion, and they're just going to continue growing. I can just see it now. So on its way to 115 stores by year end. And the rate they're going, they could easily hit 120. So I'm very bullish on this company. Again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, but I can totally see a lot of potential in this one. And I'm going to be in this one for the long term. And it's just got a lot of growth behind it. And so does the stock. It's starting to take off. It can be volatile, but if you just buy the dips and dollar cost average in, you should be alright. But again, you'd have to do your own due diligence. I like enthusiasm. Everybody here that I can see is bullish on this one. 10% day would be so nice right about now. Let's go. So the way I look at a lot of these, you get into them on the ground floor and just hold them and and sorry, I got to watching these girls dance while I was talking. And if you just stay them for the long term, and these are an easy 2-year play for me, if probably more like 5 to 10, especially the way this one's growing. So as soon as it drops, I'm loading up again. Just look at Planet 13. I did a Planet 13 video just yesterday, so I might be working on a Sundial one here later today. I see it took a dip, so I'm need to research that one and see what's going on with it. But that's kind of been the trend that it's been going. So we'll see what happens with this one. But alright, here's Sundial, so it's still above $1. Hexo I've talked about, HIGHTIDE, Tilray I've talked about, and Organigram is another favorite one of mine. It's in the $3 range as it takes its sweet time coming up here. But so I've talked about a lot of those on the channel here. Feel free to look in the library and you'll find all of those. But currently HIGHTIDE is at 60 cents. So if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me. That really helps out the channel and gets the videos out to other people to watch, and promotes the channel. And comments are always welcome, and hit that bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.